Hello YouTube, I am Indigo Warrior and I am here to do Aries / Taurus Cusp for August 2017. Right, I have pre-shuffled all of these cards that you see before you, and well, I'm getting already some interesting feelings for this reading, so let's see what the August 2017 holds. Okay, so the first card that has turned over is the Page of Ariel. For a reliable, clever, educated and balanced, an excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education and time to get to work. So automatically, I feel like this is the time for new school and work, and maybe furthering your career. Perhaps there may be opportunities now that there wasn't necessarily before. As you can see, there's books all aligned at this woman's feet, and I feel like perhaps the angels may be trying to tell us that maybe take more of a balanced approach to your study, your education. Perhaps I feel like that there's going to be an opportunity that is going to become available in August this month, and I feel like that this is something that's going to be like a gift. It's going to come to you as if it's like a gift, and you may be apprehensive at first about whether you want to accept the opportunity. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad opportunity. I feel like it's going to be a positive opportunity, and I feel that perhaps there's some hesitation. I don't know until we've gone through some of the other cards. Maybe that's just I don't know. I'm sensing a bit of fear. So perhaps maybe there's been some issues with either career, education, study, and you might feel a bit lost at the moment, but I feel like this is going to get better, and I feel like that this is going to resolve maybe later on in the month, perhaps, because ultimately this is a successful card. So I feel that perhaps you're going to have a struggle at the beginning, but then by the end things might sort themselves out. Let's move on to the second card. Okay, apologize. Oh, okay. Now we see a man, a male angel should I say, that is all hunched over himself, and I get the sense that there's obviously been some problems and I feel that like maybe someone else is in the wrong. Maybe I don't think it's you, Aries, Taurus, Cusp. I don't feel like it's you at all. I feel like somebody else may perhaps have to apologize. But then again, it could be you, but I'm not really feeling that. I feel like it's more somebody else. But I suppose if it is you, then maybe the other cards will tell us more. But I feel like this is to do with somebody else. Somebody else has wronged you in one way or another, and I feel like that in this month there's going to be some form of an apology that is going to be made. Let's move on. Winter. Okay, so the winter card is obviously a reflection, transition and release card. So this is what I meant. I felt like there was an issue, and I still feel like there's going to be an issue, and perhaps it's to do with this educational pursuit that's going to be available to you. It could be to do like this. These two could be connected. It might be someone that's in like your career, your working environment, or your school, or somebody has wronged you in some way, and you've been keeping quiet about it, I sense. And I feel like this month in August there's going to be it's going to be like you've had enough now, and you're going to want to come out, and you're going to go, no, I've had enough. I've got new opportunities, and I feel like once you've resolved something, maybe with somebody else, then perhaps the rest of the month might become easier for you. So let's move on. Ascended Masters. Okay, so obviously this is the powerful, loving and wise spiritual teachers, and it normally indicates that obviously you're being watched over and guided. And of course this is an angel reading as well, so of course the angels are going to, of course, guide, and I feel like they're going to be there and they're going to be supporting you, perhaps the Ascended Masters too. Now, because this card has appeared, now I believe that this situation that I've just been going into is definitely divinely guided, and I believe that with this introspection of the previous card, I feel like perhaps because these two are next to each other, I feel perhaps that maybe you're going to be guided to do something, to come out of this transitional period that is going to cause so much pent-up emotion. And they're going to guide you. The universe is going to guide you, and I feel like the angels are going to guide you, and you're going to be able to I feel like you're going to be able to move on. So let's see what this is. Oh wow, yes, okay. Now this is a beautiful card because there's a woman in this card, and she is holding two balls of light, and one sort of to me is a ball of fire and the other one's of earth. So this definitely is your energy, and I feel very sort of very aware now, Aries / Taurus. I feel very aware that you're going to have to go through something, and by the end of it you're going to feel so great about yourself, and you're going to feel like you can conquer anything. So perhaps maybe it is to do with this apology that needs to be made. Perhaps it's to do with there's problems with education, work, career or school. Perhaps someone else has put you in this state, and perhaps the Ascended Masters, the angels, or whoever else spiritually has given you some insight that is going to make you feel so great about yourself. I feel like as well your intuition is going to be quite it's going to be very accurate. I feel like it's going to be very, very accurate, and that you're going to know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And I believe because it's right next to the Ascended Masters card, that you'll be divinely guided in this change, in this way of what you're supposed to be doing. Right, that's the last card from this line. Okay, Metatron. Wow, okay, so we've got Miracles of Metatron. Now, obviously, Metatron is obviously the archangel, or for people obviously who are indigos and new to spiritual practicing, and is there as a spiritual teacher of humanity, and will guide people if they're new to spiritualism and spiritual beliefs. And he's the go-to sort of archangel for that sort of thing. Now, as Metatron has come up, I feel like obviously now, especially because obviously if we go back to the first card, there obviously was this new and exciting feel to the month that sort of indicate to me that obviously you're going to have, basically there's going to be a lot of opportunities in the educational perhaps section, and I feel like he's here to sort of tell us that no matter who or what has annoyed us and has make us feel sort of upset, and someone else I feel strongly needs to apologize for something that they have done, perhaps. I feel like he may be, Metatron may be the archangel to ask for guidance to get you out of this turmoil, perhaps. But I also feel like there's also a positive thing. I feel like you needed to go through this. You need to go through whatever transition this is. But don't feel like you're so alone, because the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, especially Archangel Metatron, now that he's revealed himself, is going to be guiding you all the way through this. Okay, let's move on. Let's see if they can add anything to the page of Ariel that we had before. Oh wow, okay, so now we have the Knight of Ariel. Okay, so obviously trustworthy, understanding, devoted and funny. Now, it's very interesting. Okay, so there is so much to accomplish. Make a wish. No, not make a wish, sorry. Oh, maybe do make a wish. Maybe that's what I was supposed to say. So perhaps make a wish at this time. I don't know. Maybe that's what needs to happen. So, obviously, you should make a detailed plan. And you're being watched over. So, you're being watched over by someone that is extremely kind and loving. So, this could be the angels themselves, it could be Metatron, it could be Ascended Master, it could be a past loved one. If obviously it is a past loved one, then perhaps they're urging you to make this change, make this choice in education. Perhaps. Okay, let's move on to... Okay, we have Allow Love. Ooh. Okay, now I'm sensing more of maybe a past loved one, perhaps, with this card now, because I feel like, I know that obviously the angels and the archangels get like, unconditional love, and they're all about that, but I feel very, very strongly that now it's a past loved one, perhaps. And perhaps you've been, okay, as this card is directly below apologize. Okay, I feel like maybe that you have felt maybe a little heartbroken, perhaps. I feel like there's somebody else that has caused you tremendous harm, emotionally, it could be spiritually, it could be even physically. But I feel like that this person, they're obviously very trustworthy and they understand the situation, and obviously they're very devoted to you. And if they are a past loved one, they may have been quite funny when they was alive, and they may have been a bit of a joker and a bit of a tease, perhaps. I'm feeling that sort of energy. I feel like they're trying to push you with somebody, or with perhaps loving yourself, perhaps. But because this card is directly underneath the apologize card, I feel like there's been some argument or some fighting going on that you perhaps believe that somebody else needs to apologize for. However, this may be stopping you from receiving the message that this person wants to give you. And I feel like that they want you to love. They want you to sort of feel happy about yourself, and they want you to sort of feel more connected with the world. And in order to obviously love somebody else, you need to love yourself as well. So that could be the message here, that perhaps maybe if you are in a relationship, that perhaps you're happy in that relationship, but there's something not quite right about it. So maybe look at yourself, maybe think about things, think about how the last however long you've been with this partner for, however long, how's the partner made you feel? How do you feel about that partner, perhaps? And I feel like this is very strong here, and I feel like that it's definitely a message to look into the relationship that you are currently in, or look out for new romantic partners or interests that pop up out of the blue, because they could be divinely guided. And obviously, it's right underneath the apologize card. So I feel like there has been some form of conflict, maybe inner conflict. But I feel like it's definitely a conflict. There's been some conflicts between you and some other person, Aries, Taurus, Cusp. I definitely feel that. Let's move on. Okay, so we got the purple card. So this is obviously for the third eye and the clairvoyance card. So you may be very sort of spiritually awake at this time, and I feel like this is very interesting that it's right underneath winter. So obviously we have Metatron here earlier for, obviously he's the spiritual, in my opinion, he's the spiritual archangel, and I feel like he can help with any spiritual inquiry that you need. And I feel like, because obviously I felt like Metatron was connected to this winter card before, I feel like that obviously the purple card is also telling you that when you go through this sort of transitional period within yourself, and it's going to be sort of like you're going to feel like a bit like a hermit perhaps, and that you might be a bit closed off and you might be a little bit sort of unresponsive, which may have caused issues with this love issue that I keep on feeling. So, but going on to this, obviously third eye, clairvoyance, psychic ability of any kind. Maybe you'll become more aware of this when you're in this deep sort of mood and this deep sort of transitional reflection and releasing sort of stage. Perhaps that you may open yourself up to become more spiritual. You might start new spiritual practice. There might be more spiritual sort of signs, and angels, I believe, will be around you at this time, especially Archangel Metatron. I feel very, very deeply that some of you will have Archangel Metatron with you at this time. Okay, so yeah, the powerful light workers. Wow, okay, so obviously your light worker is obviously a great blessing, and I feel like that some of you I'm talking to are obviously light workers, and that you're here to obviously serve humanity with love and beautiful teachings and obviously guidance, and you can help so many people with these abilities. And I feel like at the moment, obviously it's very safe for you to be powerful and like proper engage in your psychic abilities, perhaps because it is right directly next to the purple card. So I feel like this month you may be more spiritually and psychically more aware of yourself and your circumstances around you. And I feel like this card now is obviously, it's gonna, if you open yourself up spiritually, of course you're going to see the world completely new and completely differently, and this will make you feel I feel powerful, Aries, Taurus. I feel very, very powerful. Like you're gonna feel in control, and you're gonna feel, yes, I feel great, and I feel that this is a positive thing. And I feel like perhaps if you are a light worker, perhaps that this is the time where you will dedicate your service perhaps to the divine, and that you will know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing here on this earth and in this lifetime. So perhaps this is going to be eye-opening for some light workers that I hope will hear this reading. So what's next? Yes, big happy changes, of course. At first, obviously, we had with the page of Ariel, of education and work and career. I felt like that, and I feel like there is going to be a change here with obviously love and this argument. I feel like this argument is going to happen, and this is going to cause this massive ricochet and change. And I feel like it's okay, because obviously you're also going to have to go through some form of, I feel, rebirth, perhaps a rebirth sort of transitional period. But don't you worry, because obviously you are going to be guided be guided. And obviously Archangel Metatron, obviously he will help you with anything spiritually based, and he obviously he's for many things. Okay, now we have Archangel Michael. Wow, okay, so obviously Michael's going to come in, and he's going to help with strength, I feel. And obviously it's the enchantment card, so I feel that perhaps, oh, okay, I feel perhaps that going back to the beginning of obviously this line, I feel that obviously that we had the love issue, and the past loved one that I feel like obviously Michael will be telling us now that obviously, because there's a unicorn as well here, which is obviously a beautiful symbolic, you know, message of divinity in itself, and a lot of other magical meanings. So I feel like with the unicorn here, with Michael, because he's coming and he's sort of going to go, no, right, yes, you are definitely, I feel like I'm talking definitely to some powerful light workers here, and I feel like there's going to be some great change, and you are going to feel more great about yourself. And I feel like you haven't felt so great perhaps for a while now, but now is definitely the time where you're going to feel so much more in tune with the world and people around you, and perhaps in sort of not creative, I don't, oh, it might be, you might have some, there might be some creative people here that obviously are applying for college, in work, you know, in the arts perhaps, something to do with the arts perhaps, or performing, or art. But I feel like because Michael's now in with enchantment, and obviously he's directly below Metatron with the miracles, so there's going to be a lot of big changes, and I feel like the angels are going to guide you through this whole process, and you are going to feel like you're not alone, and you're going to be able to metaphorically be held by your hand all the way through this. Okay, so next one, for the last line, for instance, we have now the 10 of Aries. So Ariel again obviously has a lot of messages to share with us today. So obviously this card is obviously there is so very much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. Oh, okay. So obviously this is, to me, this is how I do my readings. I do, obviously, this is the journey as such, and it works like this all the way through. But obviously they're all connected. This is all one big reading. So obviously with now the 10 of Ariel, because I feel like obviously you're going to go through this change of, obviously, there's going to be an excellent opportunity that will probably be offered to do with education or work. And you're going to be very hesitant, and I don't know whether you should take it or not. But if you look down next, maybe it would be good to take this opportunity. I feel very strongly now that whoever this is connected to wants you to take this, and there's so much you can do. And obviously if it is to do with not knowing really what you want, sort of in a career sense or educational sense, then I feel like you're going to have to think about it. And then I feel like there's going to be this realization perhaps that you're then going to go, no, I'm strong enough to do this. I can feel like this job, this career, this educational program perhaps will make me a better person, or it may make me better in the career or the advancement or the stage of my life where I want this validation, I need this validation. And the last obviously was there's a lot to be grateful for in life, no matter what. But obviously I feel like because of this, I feel in more of the career terms, obviously by the end of the month, obviously your finances are probably going to be 110% much better. They're going to increase, and you're going to feel on top of the world. And I feel like this is going to help with socializing, and you're going to really want to be around your family, friends, or partners, obviously if you're in a relationship. And I feel like this is going to be definitely the time where you're going to want to share your love and your light with everybody. And I feel like this is, by the end of the month, there's going to be some form of family reunion, I feel. And I feel like that perhaps you have been in school. Perhaps you have been in school, and now obviously you're going to come home and you're going to sort of embark and relish in the fact that you can be around your family and your friends, or you're just your family or just your friends, you know. And I feel like this is going to be a great thing. I feel like that. Okay, by the end of the month for the second line, we have self-care. So of course, right, I feel like there was this argument that here, perhaps you've broken up with somebody that you loved, you know, you proper loved, you felt like they were your everything perhaps, and that you felt like they were your soulmate. I get that feeling that you felt like they were your soulmate. But there was some kind of conflict. Maybe it was you that was in the wrong, but I still don't feel like it was you that was in the wrong. I feel like it was this other person. And I feel like this other person may not get that now. So when the self-care card obviously comes up, I feel like this, you're gonna be very unhappy, and I feel like it's going to cause you a lot of emotional turmoil perhaps, but obviously it's directly below allow love. So if the situation I was going on about does not apply to you, then perhaps it's the fact of you really liked somebody for a while, and you admitted to them how you felt, but maybe they didn't feel the same way perhaps, and they maybe ridiculed you in some way, or made you feel inferior, or something along those lines. I feel like there's more to this, but I'm not getting the message completely, and that sucks. But it feels like that there's more to this situation than meets the eye. So perhaps we'll come back to it, perhaps. So then obviously we've got problem solving. Wow, okay. I know you, Aries / Taurus cusps. I know you love a good problem solve. And I know that obviously you like to get resolutions and you love to complete things. And I know that this is such a tremendous accomplishment and you feel so good about yourselves when you manage to do it. So perhaps what we see here is that now, obviously we had this self-reflection sort of transitional period, so I mentioned earlier, that obviously you're going to have to probably go through this, and obviously it's going to probably open up doors for you spiritually, and obviously your third eye and clairvoyance or any other psychic abilities may become more open to you, and this may help with problems. So as it was right next to self-care, perhaps obviously this is to do with what I was talking about a minute ago with the love issues, or it could be to do with obviously something completely different, but I feel like because it's right next to self-care that maybe you need to look after yourself a little bit more, and that perhaps you're giving to other people too much sort of love. And obviously there's nothing wrong with giving people love, but when you give too much love to people, then you can obviously be exhausted, and it will drain your vitality and your spirit and your creative attitude on the world. And I feel like that this will cause problems. So as now we've got the problem solving card up, I feel like by the end of the month you would have solved this massive problem that has been causing you so much issues recently. And I feel like that this is going to help you on your road to sort of opening those magnificent doors, and you're going to be able to tread on and be able to conquer what you need to conquer, and you're going to be able to sort of carry on with what you need to do. Okay, so then we obviously, yes, we have the third eye chakra now. So yes, okay, definitely the middle two lines obviously are very, very connected. So obviously you're going to go through this winter section, and obviously with the Ascended Masters, I feel you're going to be very guided through this process, and I feel like this process needed to happen. So obviously then through this thing. You're going to then open up to yourself more spiritually, and especially obviously if you are a light worker yourself, then obviously you're going to be more attuned to that. You're going to be able to hear and communicate more easily, perhaps with dimensional beings, and you're going to be able to be more attuned to the energies around you. Now obviously we got the third eye chakra, which now obviously it is time it is very safe for you to see the energy of love in all forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Now, of course, angels are going to be around you anyway, because obviously we've got a message from Michael and Ariel that wanted to give you the messages today to be able to guide you through your next month. I will probably come back to this as well, but let's move on. Okay, so ask for help from others. Now, of course, you cannot do everything by yourself. You're going to have some advice maybe from other people. Maybe as well talk to the angels, maybe pray a little bit, maybe ask for some guidance, ask for a sign. You're going to need some help, I feel. And perhaps this has something to do with this love or this educational or work related issue as well. I feel like you're going to need some help, perhaps with both, or maybe one or the other, or something. You're going to need help anyway. So then also we have Michael again for transmutation. Wow, okay, so there's definitely a transformational period throughout the whole of this month, and you're going to feel a little bit down in the dumps 1 minute, then you're going to go through, no, I'm closing myself off from the world and I'm going to look within right now, which is the best thing for you to do. So then obviously you're going to feel very sort of attuned with your spirituality, with your psychic abilities, with your gifts of spiritual awareness, and you're going to feel very sort of happy, and this is obviously going to bring big changes, and you're going to feel like, yeah, I can do everything. And you need to remember that you need to ask for some help, perhaps with earlier issues. Now, obviously we have now with the my Metatron with miracles. Now, obviously, miracles can happen in any shape or form. Miracles happen every day. Every day you can see a miracle every day if you're awake enough and you're open enough to see this. And I feel like there may be some miracles in this month for you, Aries/Taurus Cusp. I feel that there's definitely some big changes, and there's going to be some big miracles for you, and there's going to be maybe a little bit of magic in the air. So maybe look out for obviously the signs and and the angels that are around you, and that maybe you'll notice things that you didn't notice before. There might be some interesting developments that happen in your life right now that you will eagerly see, but then you'll go, what is this? What does this mean? And I feel like obviously transmutation, well, there you go. This could be a spiritual awakening process. I feel like this could be definitely a spiritually awakening process, and that you're going to feel a bit low. There's going to be some major changes for you, and you don't know what to do. So then you're going to go hide, but not in the wrong sort of, oh God, you're going to run away from the issue. No, you're going to take yourself away. You're going to hide yourself because you're going to need some time alone. You're going to need some time to think about things. You're then going to realize this amazing thing about you that is going to transform the whole of you. You're gonna change, and you're gonna love that change. And I feel that. I do feel that. But remember, you may need some help, and you may feel like there's loved ones, or there's people around you, or there's angels around you that will be there every step of the way that will help you. Okay, I feel like this is the end of your reading, Aries/Taurus Cusp for August 2017. Now, please like my channel, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, tell your friends if you liked what I did. I'm going to try and do videos a month earlier than normal, and I'm going to see if, I'm going to see if I can start doing this more and more and more for you guys, because I feel like now is the right time for myself to be able to open up that door of being able to help so many people. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that you can take some things with you for the next month. So I hope to see you again next month, Aries/Taurus cusp, and blessings to you, and thank you very much. Bye bye.